Welcome back to the Capitol Center. The Washington Capitals with a 4-goal lead after 40 minutes of play. Let's get you caught up to date right away on the Hardy scoring summary. And a total of 8 goals through the first 2 periods. The Caps getting things going early. Kelly Miller is 5th of the year, giving Washington a 1-0 lead. Kevin Hatcher's 7th goal of the year from Ridley and Miller made it 2-0 Washington. But the Penguins cut the lead. Paul Coffey's 7th, making it 2-1. Mullen and Recchi drawing assists. The Caps then come right back. Pavanka, his 7th, making it 3-1. Druce and Hatcher draw assists. And here's where the Capitals went to town. Leach is 4th, making it 4-1. And just 10 seconds later, Leach getting credit for the goal originally given to Ridley. His 5th. Caps led 5-1. They scored 3 goals in 21 seconds and a total of 2 goals in 10 seconds by Stephen Leach. So the Washington Capitals have set a new standard for the fastest 3 and 2 goals. In the second period, Recchi, his 11th, making it 5-2 from Paul Coffey. And then Ridley, his 6th, 6-2 Washington. Leach and Lawler drawing assists. And today's game summary has been brought to you by Hardee's. All kinds of good stuff. Jeff Rimmer, Craig Laughlin back here at the Capitol Center. Still been a long hockey game. We've got 20 minutes to go here on Home Team Sports. And we've got to get you caught up to date here on the Penguins, who come to town here with a road game. And we get a look at our Chevrolet on the road, the Penguins' road record thus far. In fact, they've got a better record, a winning record on the road. They're just .500 at home, 5-4-2 on the road. They rank 4th overall in the National Hockey League. Now, as we have throughout the course of the National Hockey League season, we've brought you the lighter side of hockey. It's raining as our feature this time around. We think you'll enjoy it.
No matter what size a player might be in hockey's wars, when the bodies collide, sometimes it rains and sometimes it pours.
Some of the great hits of the National Hockey League. You can have your copy of that feature and an entire tape filled with some of the highs and lows of the NHL. Hockey's greatest hits. Give them a call right now at 1-800-321-PUCK. And you get that in VHS only. Or you can write to Hockey's Greatest Hits, Post Office Box 68618, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46268. Hockey's Greatest Hits. And it's a great tape. We think you'll enjoy it. Washington Capitals, after 40 minutes of play, leading their rivals, the Penguins. We've got more intermission right ahead.
I've set the time machine ahead 40 years.
Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized Miller Genuine Draft.
Don't worry, Judy. I'm sure the future will be a very cool place.
For those who discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
It works.
I'm your #1 fan. I'll take good care of you. My name is Annie Wilkes.
Guess it was kind of a miracle you finding me.
In a way, I was following you.
You were following me.
I think one of my clients, Paul Sheldon, might be in some kind of trouble.
Eventually, you'll come to accept the idea of being here.
Annie, whatever you're thinking about doing, please don't do it.
Trust me.
God's sake.
It's
Starts Friday, November 30th at select theaters.
Not long ago, one of the first Lumina sedans was bought by a family of 5. They said they liked the gas mileage, all the room it had, and they liked the price. Since then, the Lumina sedan has quickly become the best-selling new car name in America. Apparently, a lot of people are winning with
The heartbeat of America, that's today's Chevrolet.
Now it's easy to win with a heartbeat.
Hi, I'm Ray Gabler, a kitchen and bath designer. I've been with Sears for over 19 years. Sears can professionally design and remodel your kitchen from floor to ceiling. We offer a complete line of remodeling products, from custom cabinets, floor covering, ceramic tile, lights, and any plumbing and electrical work needed to get that job done. We've been in business for over 100 years and offer satisfaction guaranteed, as well as a financing plan for almost any situation. Contact your nearest Sears professional designer.
Kodak and Home Team Sports want to send you to Super Bowl 25. Visit any Kodak retailer and pick up an entry form where you see this Kodak battery display, and you could be on your way to the Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida. The grand prize includes 2 round-trip airline tickets to Tampa, 2 nights hotel accommodations, and 2 tickets to Super Bowl 25. Plus, we're giving away 85 other great prizes, including Kodak cameras and Redskins sweatshirts. To enter, just visit your participating Kodak retailer or send a postcard to Home Team Sports. No purchase necessary to enter.
Stephen Leach has a pair of goals. The Washington Capitals, after 40 minutes of play, leading the visiting Penguins by a score of 6-2. Welcome back here on Home Team Sports. I'm Jeff Rimmer along with Craig Laughlin. And Craig, your impressions of that second period?
Well, I thought it slowed down a step or two. The Capitals really frustrating the Penguins, forcing them to the puck into the corners, forcing the Penguins to go back and retrieve it. They don't like that style of hockey. They like that run-and-gun game where they can get up in the play. The Coffees can skate, the Collins, the Reckies, the Stevens all skate very well. They like getting up in the play. The Capitals really nullified that type of game plan.
Let's get a look at our head and shoulders shot chart for the Washington Capitals in period number 2, a total of 10 shots in the goal.
Yes, they had 10 shots, and we noticed 4 from the left side, three or 4 from the right, 2 right in front of the net. Tippett and Joyce getting both really good chances, both semi-cut breakaways, good chance of the net. The Capitals did get 1 goal there. They're working the pucks. They're working a triangle. We got 3 Pittsburgh Penguins. This is the winger coming back. And Leach just breaks in, and he just takes a wrist shot. But if we hold it here, we've only got 1 Pittsburgh Penguin in front of the net. We got 1. We got 2 Capitals. The other Pittsburgh Penguins out of the play. So they've got a 2-on-1 right in front of Wendell Young. Tippett takes a whack at it. Then Ridley jumps on the puck. Yeager tries to take it off him. Ridley, one of the strongest guys on the Capitals, on his stick, takes a shot, goes right past Wendell Young, short side for a big goal for the Capitals. Really deflated the Pittsburgh Penguins.
We're going to get a look at the head and shoulders Pittsburgh shot chart. They outshot the Washington Capitals in that second period and had a total of 16 shots, but just the 1 goal.
Yes, and you notice, they had quite a few shots, but if you notice the front of the Capitals net, not too many chances. They're holding the Penguins to the outside. A lot of shots from the right, a lot of shots from the left, but that key zone on the ice surface, they're really not giving them a chance. They did get a goal, however, and we see here, this is the key man we want to watch come into the play. Recky's here with the puck, trying to come down on Lawler. Stevens is stopped on the blue line, trying to force Lawler. They're trying to create a little 2-on-1, but this guy right here, Coffey, coming up on the play, is the key man. He follows the play. Recchi goes wide on Lawler. If we hold it here, again, a 2-on-1. Coffey's now come from there, forcing a 2-on-1 on Lawler. They try to look for 2-on-1s on the ice surface. A little give and go. Stop it here. Lawler has to go to Coffey because he's in this triangle in front of the net, which is a great shooting spot. But Coffey, he's a smart hockey player, sees that Lawler came to him, opening up this side of the ice surface. He then just flips it back to Recchi. Rivnak looking for the shot from Coffey. Recchi takes a shot and scores past Rivnak.
And tonight's shot charts brought to you by intensive treatment from Head and Shoulders. Tough on persistent dandruff without medicated hair. Craig, Two teams are all but set to come out here for the start of the third period. What do we expect now? And bear in mind that these same two teams meet tomorrow night in Pittsburgh.
Well, I think Pittsburgh has something to prove. They've got to come out in the third period, try to build on something. We always say that in the dressing room. Players say, come on, guys, we got to try to build on something. They're in the room. Their coaches aren't happy. They're probably not happy with the performance so far. So they're going to go out this period, try to set the pace for tomorrow night at home. Pittsburgh Penguins, very tough at home, but they've got to set something going. The Capitals, on the other hand, have to continue playing the way they are. Solid defense, frustrate the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, it should be an interesting third period. Stay tuned here on Home Team Sports. The Washington Capitals with a 4-goal lead.
Now how am I going to get there? It'll be great to see the guys again. I wonder if they'll all show. I just got to get there.
I'm trying to make my way back to the Brackendale River.
Friends deserve the best.
This is great. They all showed up.
The crisp, clean taste of Canada's best beer, Labatt's Blue.
What took you so long?
I had a little car trouble.
Between friends, it's true blue, Labatt's Blue.
Hi, I'm Mickey Sadoff, National President of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Through December 24th, when you bring your car to a local Jiffy Lube, they'll give you a red ribbon and contribute towards Jiffy Lube's generous donation to MAD. Let's keep Washington driving safely for miles and miles. It's a partnership we could live with for a safe and sober holiday.
Do it now. Do it here. Complete 14-point service and red ribbon for safe driving from MAD. Do it now. Do it here. Do it today. Check your local white pages.
You rely on them to get you through some of the worst weather Mother Nature can dish out. And their sure-footed traction is always a welcome addition in rain and snow. Their durability is legendary, and they continually rank high in customer satisfaction. Shouldn't you demand as much from the car you drive? Test drive a Subaru today. The latest in foul or fair weather gear.
Miss Caitlin Phillips demonstrates the loading of a Fuji Discovery compact camera. Like most Fuji Discovery cameras, Caitlin's comes complete with autofocus, auto flash, and auto wind. And one more feature you can't get on any other make of camera, Fuji's drop-in loading. So now you can load a roll of film faster than you can get it out of the box. Fuji cameras with drop-in loading. Fuji, a new way of seeing things.
Home Team Sports coverage of Washington Capitals hockey is brought to you by Labatt's Blue, the crisp, clean taste of Canada's favorite beer. Between friends, it's true blue, Labatt's Blue. And by your Washington area Toyota dealers, Toyota Value, the best deal going. And by Head & Shoulders Intensive Treatment, tough on persistent dandruff without medicated hair. Two teams are back on the ice. Third period action ahead here on Home Team Sports. And the Washington Capitals with a 6-2 lead. A long game, Craig. There's still 20 minutes to go. Remembering that these two teams face off tomorrow night in Pittsburgh as the Caps are now playing the next 8 of 9 against Patrick Division rivals.
Well, they figure that this weekend's a key weekend for the Capitals. They're opening up. They're playing at home against Pittsburgh Penguins. They want to get a win under their belt going into the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Igloo there is a tough arena to play in. The Capitals still have 20 minutes to play. In hockey terms, still a lot of time left on the scoreboard.
Lawler clears it off the boards. Paul Coffey turns inside his own blue line, feeds it ahead. And the Penguins have cleared the zone, but it's right out of the stick of Kevin Hatcher at the red center line. He dumps it back in. The Penguins get it out quickly. Recchi goes around Lawler. He's got Stevens in front. Here's Recchi looking for Stevens in front, and Hatcher able to stop it with a good defensive play. Feeding it ahead to Dave Tippett. Looking for Leach. Leach has got it. He corrals the puck, then backhands it to Mike Ridley. Ridley around the defense, right in, and a pad save made by Wendell Young, who's again in goal here, replacing Peter Angelo. Paul Coffey feeds it ahead to Stevens. He's got Recchi on his right. Stevens in over the line. Off the skate of Hatcher all the way back to the blue line. Recchi takes a pass from Coffey, feeds to Zalapski, and off the point. Stick save made by Jim Rivnak. It's off Coffey, and Ridley able to clear the zone. He's a little slow as Coffey now with the puck Centers it through the goal mouth. Ridley slow to get off. He took that shot on the ankle. Kevin Stevens clears it off the boards. It's down the ice into the Washington zone. Rod Langway, quick pass to Hatcher, who backhands it to Alan May. In over the line. Bob Airy behind the net takes a hard hit by Tim Berglund. May's got it behind the net. Roberts takes his man. Berglund comes in to help out. He's checked by Airy. Berglund misses a check, but the Penguins cleared the zone, and this is Gillen. He's got Mullen on the right. Langway tying Mullen up. Puck comes loose. Kick to the corner by Bob Rouse. Rouse backhands it down the ice, back into the Pittsburgh zone. Gordy Roberts feeding ahead to Bob Airy, who turns away from Alan May, backhands it, but May able to knock it down and then clears it back in the Pittsburgh zone. Penguins dump it into the Washington end. Both teams change on the go as Rivnak leads for Langway. Langway on the right wing for Rouse at the blue line. He flips a high one directed towards Wendell Young, who knocks it down and leaves for Dineen. Dineen takes a hit from Bob Joyce. Phil Bourque checked by his man John Gruce, and the puck ends up in the neutral zone where Kevin Hatcher flips a high one right on Wendell Young. He'll glove it and leave it towards defense.
The key for the Capitals, that first man pressure. Tonight, they're not being held up by the Pittsburgh wingers. They're getting in there, getting contact, forcing them, the Pittsburgh Penguins defense, to move the puck quickly.
This is Brian Trottier in over the line. Feeds it to Bourque, and it's off. Dale Hunter in the corner. Now Yeager circles. Turned around there by Hunter. Off into the corner. Yeager still with the puck. Tries to center it. It's off his stick, and here's Calle Johansson for the Capitals. Feeding it off the stick of Hunter. Yeager's got it back for Pittsburgh, but he takes a hit from Dale Hunter as Hunter skates to the bench. Phil Bourque on the left wing has it tipped by Kevin Hatcher and away from him. Here's Pivonka. Tied up by Stanton along the near board. Tries to kick it ahead to Bondra. Stanton ties up Pivonka. Back come the Penguins. Tony Tanti in over the line. Fires his shot. Off the stick of Rouse, ends up behind the net. Penguins trying to get something going. This is Caulfield. Caulfield looking for Tanti, but Lawler's got it for Washington. Lead pass for Bondra, and that one just failed to play. Touch there by Paul Stanton. Icing is the call against the Washington Capitals. The face-off will come back in the Washington zone. 16:28 remain. Caps are ahead by 4.
Celebrity business isn't all it's cracked up to be. Sure, I get to travel all over the country, but I'd rather just hang out and have a Miller Lite with the guys. Having another round of lights? Me and the boys don't want some watered-down version of a regular beer. Hey, thanks. We want the less filling beer that really tastes great. Right, guys? Hey, anybody for a game of pool? All right, well, let's go.
Get the picture? When it's Miller Lite, less filling really tastes great.
Your break.
Jeff Rimmer, Craig Laughlin back here at the Capitol Center as you watch Caps hockey on Home Team Sports with a view of the Penguins bench.
And John Collins sitting there. He sat out for 10 minutes, had a 10-minute misconduct in the first period. He's looking back. Now we've got something started out there. Right off the face-off, Caulfield, May pushing a little bit with each other. Morrell's calling both of them for a penalty.
Now a few more of the Capitals and Penguins having a few words. Coffey talking to Lawler. Caulfield and May, who've already had one battle tonight, skate off to their respective penalty boxes. Don't want to lose sight of this hockey game here tonight, Craig. The Capitals scoring early and really coming back after that 5-on-3 situation, a bizarre situation. The Caps called for too many men on the ice, unaware of the extra minor penalty. It's been a solid effort tonight for the Capitals.
I think that penalty, too, making it a 5-on-3, was a turning point because it really helped the Capitals. Even though the Penguins scored on that power play, the guys on the bench were so upset, they just wanted to go out there and get that goal back right away. And that's what happened. Guys sit on the bench and say, hey, that's not fair. We got calls for too many men on the ice, everything like that. But they came that much harder, and that led to those 3 quick goals, which really put the game right in the Caps' hands, right where they want it.
Barry Peterson centers this line. Tony Tanti. And now Yeager in on those coincidental minor penalties. Here's Coffey from the face-off, and he rips one high and wide. Here's Tanti tied up. by Bob Rouse behind the net. Yeager coming in to help out. It's steered ahead and back to the blue line, but nobody's there, and the Penguins will have to regroup in their own zone. Barry Peterson races after it. He's got Coffey with him. But the Caps steal. Bondra for Pavaka. Pavaka looking on the left wing and just failing to click with a pass to Kelly Miller. Back come the Penguins. Drop pass by Yeager to Coffey. Coffey controlling, fires a shot towards the net. Backhand shot. Rivnak gets a piece of it. The rebound ends up behind the net. Denton feeds back to Coffey, directed towards the net. Tanny tries to take a swipe at it, but the Caps clear the zone. 15:46 remain. Coincidental minor penalties to May and Caulfield. Play continues on the right wing. This is Cullen feeding it down low. Tanny tied up. Cullen there with Tippett. Tippett turns his man around. Rod Langway now with the puck. He feeds it ahead to Tippett. Off Tippett's stick to Ridley. Ridley at center. Tippett trailing. Kevin Hatcher pinching in as well. Ridley with a puck on the far boards, looking for Dave Tippett, and just failed to click with a pass. Now John Cullen skates it back to center and over the line. Drops a pass for Recchi, looking to return it to Cullen, but Cullen tied up there by Rod Langway. Now Mike Ridley at center. He's all by himself. He'll put the brakes on, head to the bench, and then dump it in. Zalapski, lead pass, puts it right out of the stick of John Druce. Druce feeds to Hunter. Bob Joyce is on the left wing as the Caps dump it into the Pittsburgh zone. Young leaves for Zalapski. Zalapski and Roberts on the blue line. Now Roberts has it. Back to Zalapski. A give and go. They feed on the right wing for Cullen, who turns away from Bob Joyce, and he's knocked off the puck. Joyce winds up with a shot. And Wendell Young with a blocker save. Excellent game tonight from Bob Joyce. If he could only get a goal, he'd get a few. Zalapski with a long lead pass to Bob Airy. Airy at his own blue line to center. Airy in over the line. Fires a shot wide. Ends up behind the net. Calle Johansson. Feeding it ahead to John Druce. Denny Morrell bumps with Airy. The referee knocked to the ice. Now Druce puts it onto the stick of Johnson. Johnson skates it back to center. He's in over the line. Delay penalty upcoming. As a Capital, John Druce was dumped, and Bob Airy gets the gate. The Caps will be on the power play. Airy for elbowing.
What's on tap? Brought to you by Miller Lite. Variety is a spice of life on Home Team Sports this weekend, beginning tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. with the U.S. National Racquetball Championship. Then it's on to live coverage of college football, the doubleheader featuring Heisman hopeful Ty Detmer of Brigham Young against Utah State, followed by a classic interstate rivalry between Arizona and Arizona State. And on Sunday, the senior professional baseball season gets underway on HTS, featuring a live matchup between West Palm Beach and St. Petersburg.
Harry going off for elbowing. The time is 5:57 of that penalty here in the third period.
Here's a replay here. Just cutting around him, coming down one-on-one. Very good stick handling. Gets caught. Penalty. Caps on the power play.
Penguins dump the puck into the Washington zone. This is Calle Johansson. Stops momentarily behind the net. Now feeds on the wing for Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher to center. Dumps it into the Pittsburgh zone. Wraps around the boards. On the right side, this is Ridley. And Stephen Leach. Ridley with the puck. Feeds it back to the point. It ends up all the way back in the Washington zone. 1:30 left in the penalty. For Bob Airy. Kevin Hatcher feeding it ahead. Ridley for Johansson. Off his stick. Barry Peterson feeds it to Bork, but it's intercepted by the Capitals. Calle Johansson feeding it to Leach. Leach has a pair of goals tonight. Ends up behind the net, steered on the far side by Wendell Young, but the Caps control. Hatcher, cross ice for Johansson, one-timer high and wide. The rebound comes all the way back, and the Caps will have to regroup in the neutral zone. Hatcher turning away from Barry Peterson. Ivanka steps onto the ice, as does Peter Bondra. John Druce on as well. Now John Druce. Turned around on the play, comes right in front. Barry Peterson right there, and he dumps it back down into the Washington end with 49 seconds remaining in the Caps power play. Calle Johansson feeds ahead to Pavaka. Dale Hunter looking for that pass at center. Penguins intercept. Gillen turned around by Rouse. Slapped at by Johansson. Back to the neutral zone. Dumped back in by the Penguins. It's a delayed offside. Hunter touches. Cross ice for Rouse. Rouse clears it off the boards, and it's all the way back down to the Pittsburgh end.
And Terry Murray putting in some other players that don't usually get the chance on the power play. Bob Rouse, very good defensively, gets a chance out here on the power play with the Caps up 6-2.
Pamaka feeding it on the left wing for Hunter, who drops it back to Rouse. Rouse takes the shot now, moves in, scores! Bob Rouse! Another power play goal, and the Caps lead by 5.
Well, the Caps work it in right into the slot. Bob Rouse, he says, I'm not going to shoot. I'm going to carry it in. I'm going to keep moving in. Closer, closer, closer. Screen set up in front. He puts it top corner. Wendell Young has to go down because of the screen by John Druce. The key here, Bob Rouse, wondering why he's not getting a chance on the power play. He gets on the power play. A good, high, hard shot right over the glove of Wendell Young, right into the top corner.
Dale Hunter drawing an assist. As does Michael Pamaka.
7:53.
7:53, the time of the power play goal.
Third goal of the season. The assist
and the
to
Capitals
Hunter
with a commanding 7-2 lead as the shot scores.
7:53.
The Penguins get one back. Recchi, his second of the night. It's 7-3.
The Penguins can score, Jeff, and whenever they get a good chance, they just come down one-on-one with Lawler, and he sort of uses Lawler as a screen, shoots it right off his leg, catches Rivnak off a little bit because he can't see it coming past Lawler, but he just breaks down at the top of the circle. It's a good place to shoot, and he just shoots it right between the legs of Mike Lawler, right to the far side, using Lawler as a screen, goes in the far side past Rivnak.
Number 12 on the year, his second of the night. But the Washington Capitals still lead by 4. 7-3 is the score. 11:34 left in the third period. Bob Rouse stops behind the net. Leaves there for Tippett. Tippett off the boards. Down into the Pittsburgh zone. Johnson circles behind the net. Feeds it ahead for Cullen. Cullen on the right wing for Recchi, who leaves for Stevens. In over the line. A drop pass there. Johnson pitching it off the point. Save made by Rivnak, and he'll hold on. We'll step aside. 11:07 left here in the third period. The Washington Capitals leading 7-3.
Ready to fry on a free weekend.
Al, let me point out a few features. Electronic fuel injection, power front disc brakes, rear wheel anti-lock brake system, double wall steel, front and rear. 5-speed, full gauges, tinted glass. What do you think?
So, what will I get for this price?
Let me show you.
The 91 Chevy S10EL. For value, more people are winning with today's Chevy truck.
Washington Capitals showing the effectiveness of their specialty teams there. 6 of 8 on the power play.
And that's a key. They've practiced, Terry Murray's practiced since training camp, and it's paying off. But they're shooting the puck from the point with traffic in front. That's the key to the power plays in the NHL.
Coming into the game tonight, they were second with the extra man, and shorthanded, they led the National Hockey League. I wouldn't be surprised if they moved to the number 1 notch after tonight's game. Kevin Hatcher clears it off the glass, and it's back down into the Pittsburgh zone. Wendell Young leaves there for Coffey. Long lead pass intercepted at center by Johansson, who feeds it on the left side for Kyprios. Knocked off the puck there by Caulfield, who's back on the ice. Coffey feeding it ahead here on the left wing. Tony Taddy rifles it into the Washington zone. Kyprios turned around on the play by Barry Peterson. Caulfield looking to go with anybody. Throws a check at Calle Johansson. Back comes Alan May. May's got Kyprios with him. Here's a shot! And it just went wide of the far corner. Hatcher feeds it back to the point. Berglund dumps it back in. Penguins come out of their own zone as Paul Coffey skates ahead here to Yeager. Yeager trying to break in on the wing. Does! And puts a backhander wide and then goes crashing into the net. The net comes off its moorings. And some speed shown there by the young Czechoslovakian, Craig. Great move.
Kodak and Home Team Sports want to send you to Super Bowl 25. The grand prize includes 2 round-trip airline tickets to Tampa, 2 nights hotel accommodations, and 2 tickets to Super Bowl 25. Plus, we're giving away 85 other great prizes, including Kodak cameras and Redskins sweatshirts. To enter, just visit your participating Kodak retailer or send a postcard to Home Team Sports. No purchase is necessary to enter. Yeager with the puck. Tries to break around, breaks around, very strong. He's a big kid from Gladno, Czechoslovakia. Gets a little bit of the hook on him, but he slides into the goal net and knocks it off its moorings. Face off to the left of Ribnak.
And doing the honors, Michael Pivonka and Brian Trottier. Trottier wins the face-off, gets back to Zalapski, sidesteps a check. Zalapski with a backhander, knocked down by Mike Lawler, who's had a strong game on defense. Here's Zalapski moving in front. Ribnak's got it, looked behind him, but it was wide. Bill Boyd steals the puck, moves between the defense, and again Ribnak makes the save. The rebound comes all the way back down into the Pittsburgh zone. Gordy Roberts clears it off the boards. On the delayed offside, Bill Boyd circles east to center. In over the line, drops a pass for Trottier. Offside on the right wing was Yeager. And a face-off outside the Washington blue line.
Just one thing to note here, Jeff. The fan club's big around the Washington Capitals. They've got a great following. And the annual fan club banquet will be held on Thursday, February 28, 1991 at the Greenbelt Marriott. And the price is $35 per person. And tickets will go on sale to fan club members December 7th, 1990. And for non-members, December 22nd, 1990. And for more information and to purchase tickets to the fan club table, go to Portal 9. It's a great event. All the players are usually there. It's a really good, enjoyable time.
Play underway. Bob Rouse feeding it ahead to Hunter. Off the glass and down the ice. The Penguins will chase after it in their own zone. He gets to it first. Joyce throws a hit on him. Johnson with a backhander. Ruth controlling the puck for Washington. Steps out of the corner. Now feeds it on the left wing for Johansson pinching in. The Caps have got something going. But the puck is smothered just in front of Wendell Young, and play whistled down.
Well, Jimmy Johnson helping out Wendell Young makes the save. The Capitals all over the Pittsburgh Penguins forcing turnovers, and that's the key to the Capitals game, forcing turnovers.
Look at the Capitals bench. Coach Terry Murray and his assistant John Perpich stand long behind. As well, the Caps send some fresh skaters out. Craig, well, we have an opportunity, had a chance to visit with Badger Bob Johnson this morning. And the subject, one of the many subjects I approached Badger Bob on was Mario Lemieux. When are we going to see Mario Lemieux back? And the encouraging word is he's going to have tests on December the 7th, and then hopefully he'll be back on skates in 2 weeks from then. Badger Bob says, hey, Jeff, they need Mario Lemieux in the game. Not only the Penguins, but the game of hockey needs Mario Lemieux. Here's Johnson carrying in over the line. Cullen turns away from traffic. Cleared behind the Washington net. Recky's tied up there by Ridley and Rod Langway. Has the puck behind the Washington net. Feeds ahead here for Tippett. Tippett leading the Washington attack as he dumps it in the Pittsburgh zone. The Caps will race after it. Dineen is there first. Dineen bumped along the board. Now Kevin Stevens feeds ahead here for Cullen. Cullen with Stevens and Recchi puts the brakes on. Feeds ahead here to Recchi, who turns away from Ridley. Recchi backhands it ahead to Coffey, pitching it off the point. The Caps able to clear the zone as Leach clears it all the way back down to the Pittsburgh end. And icing the call against the Washington Capitals. 8:03 left to go. Stay tuned. Washington Capitals leading by 4.
Monday nights at 6:30, tune in to Home Team Sports for the Washington Post Sports Talk, a weekly program featuring Washington Post sports columnists and guests, plus interviews with fans on the street about the hot topics in sports. Every Monday night at 6:30, it's the Washington Post Sports Talk.
Jeff Rimmer, Craig Laughlin back here at the Capitol Center. A little over 8 minutes remain. In the first of back-to-back meetings between these two teams, they go back at it in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. Caps able to clear the zone. This is Kyprios at center. He's got Berglund and May with him. Puts the brakes on. The puck tip. Berglund able to keep it in, but Berglund takes a hard hit from Caulfield. Penguins control, and now Alan May steps in for Berglund, and he and Caulfield will go again. Alan May taking up for his teammate Tim Berglund. Took a hard check. And other than the big scrum, Craig, I don't think we're going to see too much here.
Well, no, they're just trying to get involved. Caulfield's out there to try to get involved, try to set the tempo for tomorrow night. The Penguins know it's going to be a long, hard climb to try to get back even with the Capitals tonight. They're looking forward to tomorrow night. He's out there for that reason. That's why he's playing this late in the game. Normally, Caulfield would not be on the ice at this point of the game.
Alan May also having a few words with some of the Penguin players that were up on the bench. Caulfield skates out, as does Alan May. They may have words even as they approach the penalty box.
And we have some updates here on the Washington Post out-of-town scoreboard. Earlier this afternoon, Hartford beat Boston 4-3. A 10-minute match penalty to Cam Neely led to 4 power play goals for Hartford in the third period. Philadelphia 4, Toronto 1. Toronto lost again. Edmonton 2, Buffalo 2. It's in overtime now. St. Louis 3, Detroit 5 in the third period. That's a big game. Big matchup there, St. Louis, Detroit. Vancouver 3, Minnesota 5. The Leafs watching this game. That's in the second period. The Leafs really watching that game. Minnesota trying to get far ahead of the Maple Leafs.
Barry Peterson just skating off the ice and into the Penguins dressing room. We'll have to see what develops. Is that an injury or was he told to leave? We'll find out. Eddie Morrell offering some instructions to the Penguins as we get the penalty calls.
Caulfield, 2 minutes for roughing. Pittsburgh number 10, Barry Peterson, game misconduct, third man in. For the Capitals, number 16, Alan May, 4 minutes for roughing. Calls come at 12:14.
Now that's interesting. The Caps will be a man short, although Peterson leaves with a misconduct.
Number 10, Barry Peterson gets a game, third man in.
May a double minor.
4 minutes roughing. The calls come at 12:14. Peter Pondro will serve the additional 2 minutes.
So the Penguins will be on the power play here with 7:46 remaining. They trail by 4 goals. They've got the big line out there now. Save for John Cullen. This is Paul Coffey leading the attack. Feeds it on the right wing. Penguins dump it into the Washington zone. Shot by Hatcher off the glass and down the ice, but it's stopped by Stanton. Paul Stanton feeding it ahead on the right wing for Yeager. Yeager checked by his man Langlois. Third behind the net. Recky's got it for the Penguins. Recky feeds back to Coffey at the point. Dump right back in the corner to Kevin Stevens. Big left winger for the Penguins. Takes a hit from Hatcher. Recky coming in to help out. Feeds on the right side for Yeager. Yeager back to the point it comes. Here's Coffey winding up. Ribnak gloving the shot off his chest protector, and he holds on as he skates away from Recky and Stevens. Really impressed the way Jim Ribnak is playing right now. Challenging the shooter, standing up, and another key save.
Paul Coffey just lets it go. It gets over the sliding forward right to him and hits him right in the chest. He has trouble handling it. He then gets it on the second hop, grabs it, holds on to it. The key there, though, he's not down. He's standing up, ready to receive the puck. He never went down. The puck hits him. That's an angle stand-up goalie. Jim Ribnak doing a good job.
1 minute, 16 seconds remaining in the minor penalty, the additional 2-minute penalty. Bondra is serving it. From the face-off, Penguins control in the offensive zone. Here's Cullen across the goal mouth. No Penguins able to connect. Canty feeding Cullen. He takes a hit from Hatcher behind the net. Kevin Hatcher feeding it in front for Kelly Miller. Caps control as Ridley takes the pass from Miller. 2-on-2 and over the line. Mike Ridley fires a shot. And a stick save by Wendell Young. Ridley playing with more confidence. He scored a goal tonight. Long time coming. Now Mullen feeds it ahead to Cullen. It's tipped ahead, but Ribnak slides and holds on with a puck underneath. Capitals very impressive, not only with the extra man, but while shorthanded tonight, and they do have a shorthanded goal.
The Penguins break down a little past Recchi. Recchi just tried, Recchi to Cullen. Cullen just tries to direct it. The key there, though, Rod Langley was changing at center ice. He changed. Mike Ridley fired it back. Didn't know Langley was going off to get a breather. The puck ended up, became a 4-on-2 for the Penguins. They just got a shot away. Cullen deflecting it. Ribnak came up large, made a big save for him. Rolled right under him.
Recchi with Stevens and Yeager up front. Stanton and Coffey remain on the blue line. As again, John Cullen makes his way to the Pittsburgh bench. Yeager, all kinds of ice time. Comes back to the point to Coffey. He winds up. It's off his skate into the corner. Stanton pinching it off the point. Has the puck for the Penguins. Cross ice for Coffey. Looking on the right side for Yeager, who has it. Steps around. Mike Lawler feeds it in front, but it's cleared by Bob Rouse down the ice. Wendell Young leaves for Coffey. Paul Coffey, loose skating defenseman, feeding to Yeager on the left wing for Stevens. Tipped off his stick. Recchi has it. Trying to backhand it ahead to Stevens, but Bob Rouse and Druce able to clear the zone, and back comes Tippett. Dave Tippett being chased by Stanton. Turned around, still able to make the play, but Recchi picks up the loose puck. Teams are at full strength. Yeager stepped into there by Bondra. Evan Stevens carries it up, takes a hard hit there from Hatcher, who now controls the puck. Clears it off the boards for Bob Joyce. The Caps have cleared the zone. Paul Coffey backpedaling in his own zone. To Deneen. Deneen stops behind the net. Waiting as the Penguins now come out off the glass and down the ice. Hatcher races after it. He'll touch it, and icing will be the call. 5:11 remaining here in the third period. The Washington Capitals with a 7-3 lead after killing off that latest penalty. They maintain a 4-goal advantage.
Coach Terry Murray, he's pretty pleased. A lot of the fans starting to file out of the Cap Center. They think they've got it 7-3 with 5 minutes left to go. It looks pretty good for the Capitals, and I think Terry Murray wants to make sure play a few of the guys that haven't played a lot tonight. Bobby Joyce is going to be out there this last couple of minutes here, getting some ice time, getting ready for tomorrow night.
Joyce, Pavanka, Mike Ridley up front, Calle Johansson and Kevin Hatcher on the blue line, and from the draw, Johnson feeds it ahead to Mullen. Johansson to Bondra. Bondra sidesteps the check, looking to feed back to Pavanka. Bob Joyce throws a check at Mullen, but the Penguins come back. Bob Airy in over the line. Airy looking on the right wing for Gillen. It's cleared off into the corner. Johansson's got his man and steals the puck from Gillen. Now Gillen tying up Johansson, but Pavanka there to help out. Now Gillen gets it right back. Johansson on the far side. Puts the brakes on. Skates away there from Gillen. Doing a good job forechecking in the offensive zone. And now Hatcher flips a high one down the ice. And this is Deneen circling his own net. Deneen feeding it ahead too far for Mullen. Lawler at the Caps blue line. Has it taken by Deneen. Leach to Lawler to Hatcher. Hatcher feeding it ahead to Mike Ridley. Ridley over the line, drops a pass for Leach. Leach couldn't control it. Leach still on the corner with to Mike Ridley. Ridley with Leach. It's off the glass to Phil Bourque. Bourque at center. He's got Yeager with him. Couldn't feed him with a pass, and then he has to go back for it. Bourque tied up on the play. Leach clears it off the boards, and it's in the center ice area. Zalapsky doesn't see it. Trying to split the defense there is Dave Tippett. Tippett fires a shot, gloved there by Young. He's got it onto the stick of Zalapsky. Lead pass there for Yeager at center. Yeager all by himself to try to go around the defense, but Bob Rouse was there with a fine defensive play. He feeds it ahead for Bob Joyce. Tipped off his stick by Brian Trottier. Trottier with Yeager fires a shot. And a save made by Ribnak. Backhanded by Rouse all the way back down. 3:24 left here in the third period. Tony Tanny for Gordy Roberts. Caps looking for their third straight win here to go back over the 500 mark. Paul Stanton feeding a long lead pass. Knocked down by Hatcher. He turns away from Tanny, looks for Hunter. It's into the Pittsburgh zone. Backpedaling there is Stanton. All Coffey ahead to Tanny. Tanny for Gillen. Gillen got blocked by Kevin Hatcher. John Druce ahead to Dale Hunter. Too far, and Coffey's got it.
First time in a long time. 41 shots against the Capitals.
Here's the puck in the goal mouth. It's steered off into the corner. As Kevin Hatcher now finds the glass, sends it down the ice. Druce and Coffey tie up. Hunter steps between them. Now Caulfield goes after John Druce on the near board. Now that should be third man in. Hunter's lost his helmet, and I think the Penguins are trying to send a message here about tomorrow night's hockey game. They've been looking to get something going here. And doing most of the damage is Caulfield.
Caulfield wants to get in there, and Kevin Hatcher's just sort of smiling at him, saying, come on, let's go, let's go. And Caulfield's going to go into the penalty box, but they're trying to get something going. It started out with just Druce and Coffey jabbing each other. Caulfield stepped in, try to help Coffey out. He's going to get the penalty.
7-3's the score, and as Craig Laughlin mentioned, the shots on goal here, as we got to look at it, how all this thing developed.
And here it is. Coffey doesn't like to be checked hard. He got a good shot by John Druce. They get their sticks up, they're pushing and shoving, they're talking to each other, and then Hunter steps in to try to get in. Then in comes Caulfield from the far side. He's a winger, he comes flying in on the far side, trying to stop the happenings against the glass.
Shots on goal, 42-32 in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. We told you that Jim Rivnak stopped 41 shots in the Capitals' overtime victory over the Detroit Red Wings back on Monday night. Now he's been sharp again tonight.
He sure has been sharp. And it's been a long time since I can't remember the last time 42 shots against the Capitals at home.
Kenny Morrell still talking to Gordy Brassiker and Hasseltine as they try to work things out here.
Washington number 32, Dale Hunter. He's got 2 minutes for roughing at 17:31. And captain's choice, number 77, Paul Coffey, will appear on the clock.
2 each for roughing to Coffey, Hunter, and Caulfield. So the Capitals will have the power play here for most of what time remains. 2:29 left. The Caps have another power play opportunity. I've already scored 2 power play goals, and they've also got a shorthanded marker. Well deserving. That's 7-3 lead. And taunting Caulfield behind the bench. I guess that's something that you had to deal with on the road, eh, Locker? Fans always going after you, saying something and knowing that there's glass between you and them.
I just let it in one ear, Jeff, and out the other.
I thought you used earplugs. Here's a one-timer by Hatcher. It's wide on the near side. Michael Pavaka controls it. The Capital in the goal crease. It's Mike Wrigley. Hatcher gets the puck back again. Feeds down low for John Druce. Airy takes a slap at it. And it's back into the neutral zone. The Caps will have to regroup. Johansson wraps it around the boards. Back in the offensive zone. Comes back to Druce, who backhands it. Looking for Ridley. But the Penguins clear the zone as Bob Airy dumps it back into the Washington end. 1:53 remains. 1:22. And the penalty to Coffey, the extra minor. Johansson feeding it ahead for Druce, who takes another hit along the far boards from Johnson. Backhanded by Recchi. Johansson's lost his helmet. But John Druce crosses the blue line with Ridley and Pavaka. Feeding it ahead to Pavaka. It's behind the net. Ridley takes a check from Johnson. And Recchi's got the loose puck. Recchi finds an opening. It's down the ice into the Washington zone as Kevin Hatcher is chased by Mullen. Hatcher puts the brakes on behind the net. Now feeds ahead here to Johansson. Johansson with Leach. He's got a pair tonight, looking for a hat trick. In over the line. Johansson turns away from traffic and is backhanded by Mullen. Back to center. 40 seconds remain in the extra man. The Caps, as they enjoy the power play, looking for their 3rd power play goal of the night. Less than a minute to go. Johansson feeds to Hatcher. Back to Calle Johansson. Now Peter Bondra feeds to Hatcher. Hatcher will move up now from center. Kevin Hatcher in over the line. Fires his shot. Stick aside. by Wendell Young. Leach has got it. 13 seconds left in the extra man. Rouse at center. Flipping it ahead to Bondra. Bondra being chased there by Brian Trottier. Get one other rush here. Feeds it ahead here to Leach with 1 second left and a shot. Wendell Young looks behind him and was able to make the save. Knocked down with a high stick. And as the teams come back to full strength, Denny Morrell issuing a face-off signal outside the Pittsburgh blue line.
Stephen Leach there, another good chance. He had a good shot there, looking for that hat trick, and Wendell Young just came up with a big save. But again, the story tonight, I think, is Rivnak. He's made some great saves for the Capitals when the Penguins were trying to get back into the game, and he's the guy that came up with those saves to allow them to keep going and to try to get some more goals against Pittsburgh.
And although many of the fans have left the Capitol Center here, those that are remaining singing the Penguins' little serenade as they skate off the ice here in the next 20 seconds. This is Johnson at center. Being chased by Berglund, puts a high one. This one making it over the glass. And we'll have a face-off with all but 13 seconds remaining. Washington Capitals coming into tonight's game 6-5 on home ice. They'll improve that mark to 2 games over 500. They're just 1 game under 500 on the road at 6-7. The Penguins mark will be back to 500 now at 5-5-2 after tonight's loss. And the Caps for the month won 6 of 11. Bob Wright as the seconds tick off. And counting the final few seconds. It's touched there by Kiprios. This one is over. The Washington Capitals winning their 3rd straight game behind Jim Rivnak. Back over 500. Stephen Leach, the offensive star, 2 goals and an assist. The same 2 teams meet back in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. Big win for the Capitals in this home-and-home series with their division rivals. And they squared the early season series between the 2 teams. Pittsburgh winning earlier on. In fact, it was opening night here at the Capitol Center. But the Caps come back with a 7-3 victory over the Penguins tonight. And they meet for the first time in Pittsburgh tomorrow evening. 7-4, the final score. The Washington Capitals over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Our post-game show is just moments away from beginning. We hope to visit with Stephen Leach, who I thought played a fine game, along with Mike Ridley and actually the entire cast. I thought played a solid game tonight. I think rather than mentioning individual names, I think we look at the team overall.
I think so, Jeff, but I think one guy that did stand out is not only Leach, but Ridley. I thought Ridley really came on, really drove to the net. He's been struggling a little bit lately, trying to get some goals. Got one tonight. Maybe that's going to get him back on track. He set up a few goals. He played extremely well. That's the type of game the Capitals need from Mike Ridley.
Stephen Leach setting a Capitals record, 2 goals. The fastest 2 goals in Caps history, 10 seconds apart. And Stephen Leach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's I guess it's just a matter of being in the right spot at the right time.
Well, a big win for the Capitals here tonight against the Penguins, I would think.
Yeah, it's a big win. We got to come back tomorrow night and go get another one in Pittsburgh.
Stephen, it seems to me that you always come up and play very strong against the Patrick Division teams. Do you like playing against Patrick Division teams?
I don't know. I guess it's, you know, it's within our division. It's a little more intense, and I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things that happens.
We got to look at your goal here. Maybe you can describe it for us.
Yeah, well, Rids made a nice play, and I went kind of away from the puck, and he slid it to me, and I had a little time to shoot, and I just went 5-hole on him.
Big goal. Peter Angelo looked a little shaky there in that first period, did he not?
Excuse me?
I said the goaltender, Peter Angelo, looked a little shaky there in that first period.
Yeah, we, you know, we peppered him with some quality shots. So, you know, as long as you get quality chances, sooner or later they're going to go in.
What happened on this goal? Originally credited to Ridley.
Well, Ridley made a great play. He came to the net, and the puck kind of bounced off the pad there, and was just lying right on my stick. I just swatted it in.
And Steve, did you find one of my old sticks in that back room there or something?
Yeah, that's in my golf bag locker.
That was a wedge, wasn't it? Congratulations, Steve. Great effort.
Okay, see ya.
Great game.
Washington Capitals star of the game tonight. And our Texaco star is Stephen Leach. Texaco will donate $50 in the name of Steve to the charity of his choice. Try Texaco System 3 gasoline, because all gasolines are not the same. Stay tuned. More of our post-game show here on Home Team Sports ahead. The Washington Capitals with a big win on home ice.
Yeah, we just scored. No, I didn't see Kevin